Hello and welcome to the Home Care Millionaire podcast, the show where compassion meets prosperity. I'm Paul Tembunde, alongside my beautiful wife Joan, to be your host today. Together, we've built our home care agency from a little over $12,000 credit card loan, right? I mean, it was an advance on a credit card, to be honest with you. Some people call it a gamble. We built it into an 8-figure business serving thousands of clients and families over the years. And now we're here to share the lessons, strategies, and mindset shifts that helped us get there so you can too.
We launched this podcast because the home care industry is often misunderstood. Too many people don't see the sacrifices that many owners and caregivers make every single day, or the powerful impact agencies have on seniors and their community. And truthfully, we looked around and realized there wasn't a single podcast out there shining light on this beautiful and amazing and impactful industry. So we called to create one.
This podcast, folks, is designed for the purpose-driven provider. For those people just like yourself who feel called to care, but also want to build a thriving, sustainable business out of it. Each week we'll share real stories, proven strategies, and powerful mindset shifts that will help you move from not just thriving to thriving.
Yeah, our tagline says it best. Compassion is your calling. Wealth is your reward. And here on the Millionaire podcast, we're going to show you just how to embrace both.
So get ready for inspiration, practical insights, and the encouragement you need to build wealth, impact lives, and create a legacy through your agency. So you want to hit subscribe and join us on this journey to transform your business, your mindset, and your future. Welcome to Home Care Millionaire podcast. Today, Joan and I have the pleasure and honor to welcome a dear friend, fellow agency owner. For over 7 years, he has been faithfully serving seniors in his community with passion, compassion, excellence, and dedication. What we admire most about Tom is not just the business is built, really, but the heart and integrity with which he leads his organization. His journey is a powerful example of what it means to combine purpose with prosperity. And we know his story and wisdom will inspire and uplift everyone listening today. So without further ado, let's welcome Tom Smith to the Home Care Millionaire podcast. Welcome, Tom.
Wow, thank you.
Tom, you want to just share a little bit about yourself, and then just introduce yourself and share a little bit about your story, your journey, if you don't mind.
Sure. So, we started out in this industry about 7 years ago, like you said, and working in a family office out of Wilmington, Delaware, and then we started from the ground up out of Middletown, Delaware.
Okay.
And kind of how it came to be. I'm sorry. Did you?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Kind of how it came to be. We had we were getting leads from the middle of the state, from the Wilmington location, and the leads weren't being serviced, and so I really felt like we needed to move into that area. And so the process, I mean, when we got there was, working with the state of Delaware is its own beast. And
I bet.
We went, I would say it was maybe around 3 or 4 months of back and forth with the state.
Wow.
Trying to get certified.
Okay.
To even offer home care in the state of Delaware.
Yes.
We put together 1,000-page document.
Wow.
Over time. And,
wow.
Yeah, it was intense. And
that was intense.
Oh yeah.
Then COVID hit. And,
oh no.
So we had a few clients, a few caregivers, and then COVID hit, and it was a little tougher to get coverage, a little tougher to get clients because people were home from work.
That's right.
And they were covering for their families. So, So there was that. And then, so once we got through COVID, we started to turn it around and reduce the debt. You know, when you start out in this business, it's weird because there's some kind of feedback that I'm hearing myself talk. But
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, it must be a speaker. But go right ahead, Tom. We're following.
That's okay.
Please go
That's
ahead.
all right. So once we got started, and we tried to keep the pipeline full with
Yes.
caregivers and clients.
Yes.
I think that was the single most important thing.
Okay.
And once we got past COVID, our mentor, Darian, when you get with a franchise, you know, the one question you asked is, what's the best way to start? How do you get started?
Yes. Yes.
Getting with a good franchise who can develop the leads for you is one way. And then if you can build your own marketing program,
There you go.
where leads are generated through social media, that really helps as well.
Yes.
We're averaging 4 leads a week right now.
Wow.
But just to get back to what, after COVID, Darian suggested a company to help us recover new costs from,
Okay.
and that was a huge one.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I bet.
That
I
put us
bet.
in the green.
There you go.
And now this year we're profitable because
There you go.
4 years in, and that was I think that was the turning point when we were able to infuse that cash. So, I mean, as advice, I think it would be, if someone is starting out, I would try to get help from the state that they're getting involved in with different things that are going on, bonds, and you know, and if they're offering home care to help the employment in that state, they might be offering stipends for that, and that would help.
Yes.
We're always involved with the local technical colleges who are offering CNA support.
Okay.
With so like Delaware Tech and Polytech Institute are 2 major forces here in Delaware.
Okay.
And they're putting together 20 to 30 CNAs every quarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's amazing, and they're teaching them with dummies, you know, on the bed, and
Wow. Okay.
and so we have good contacts with them with CNAs coming out. We don't necessarily need CNAs, but
Yes.
you know, we do offer a higher salary for
Correct.
them,
Correct.
which I'm sure you guys do too. But that's
Yeah.
so. Okay, so we talked about the franchise. Existing. If you're looking to scale the next business level, we typically we go by the theory of you add 1 staff member in the office every 500,000 for growth.
Every 500 hours. Okay.
Yeah, and this year we're going to hit 2 million.
Good for you.
And that's, well, I guess 5 years.
Yes. Good for you. Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, and I follow my brother too. And he's had his office for 15 years.
Wow.
He's going to do way more than that.
Good for him. Hey, listen, my sense, Thomas, is that you know, and my you know, the money you do is I think it's factor of the service you provide, don't it? Because that's what it comes down to. I mean, the more service you provide, the more folks you can serve, which is what we're doing. We're in the business of serving people. The more reward you get out of it. So, and that's sometimes folks they don't understand that part of what we do. You know, they don't understand that what, as an owner of an agency, what you have to go through. You talked about bootstrapping, starting from ground zero, because you did not buy an existing office. You started your own office. I mean, which is a whole different situation, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, it is, right. Can you speak to that, Tom? It's a whole different. You talked about a 1,000-page document for the state. I mean, listen, we where we are in Maryland, it wasn't that much. It was quite a few pages, wasn't it, Joe?
Actually, when we started, the state of Maryland thought we didn't need a license. And I kept going to Baltimore. I said, you know what? I think we do, because we want to be able to provide care to clients who have long-term care insurance.
Correct.
And I bet you the insurance companies will want to make sure that we're licensed. And
Yeah.
if I know you don't, they got tired with me eventually, and they said, okay, here, this is the manual, go and write your policy and procedures.
Yeah.
Would you believe it? It was just 17 pages to get started.
Yeah, but that was then.
That was then. That was 23 years ago, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
it's much, much bigger now, but it's not up to 1,000 page.
Oh yes, and I think new people coming up who want to open agencies, it's tougher for them. I mean, it gets tougher and tougher every year. There because obviously the competition. There's a competition factor too.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's maybe 2 solid competitors in our area right now. I mean, there's a bunch in Wilmington. There's a bunch down at the beaches. But here in the central part of the state, there's maybe 2 other competitors, and I hardly ever see them. There's tons of leads. There's maybe it's really good to know your territory.
Mm-hmm.
We've got at least 17 55 and over communities with maybe 300 homes each.
Wow.
These are great opportunities for our agency.
Good deal.
Your market is awesome, Tom, I must say, because here where we are on top of each other in terms of, well, it's good, right? Then you just have to show the value that you bring, your unique selling proposition, right? You have to shine your light, show the difference in the quality of care that you provide, the quality caregivers that you have to just rise above the crowd, so to say.
Yeah.
Right, but your market is great.
Yes.
Let me just ask this, Tom. Let me just ask this to you. Beyond providing great care, what do you believe is the single most important factor that has contributed to your tremendous success and growth over the years?
So the single most important, I think, has been having our team in the office on board with what I'm myself and Jeannie, my wife, what we're trying to do here. And initially when we got started, we had directors who wouldn't drop everything. I know it's asking a lot. I was covering a client overnight, and I needed her to pick up shift in the morning, and she's like, I can't do it. I have to get my coffee first. I have to do this and that. And I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work. I want to be there for my people. And so I think that also with retaining our good caregivers, right? We really got involved with Caregiver of the Year this past couple of years.
Yes.
And we offered our own Caregiver of the Year, obviously, because
there you go.
Competition's so great.
Yes. I think we do that too.
And we just went to. I mean, when you have a business like this, you really become involved with the community.
You do.
We just went to a funeral yesterday for a longtime client. They spoke Spanish through the whole thing. I mean, it was very interesting. But our caregiver for that client spoke Spanish. She turned it around for this client. The hospice was there.
Okay.
Initially, she came off of hospice. She started to talk more. She was bedbound.
Wow. Okay.
And it's magical things like that keep us driven to do the best we can. And so and then relationships like with hospice. We have a great relationship with Delaware Hospice.
Okay.
Who can really marry with what we do, because they offer Medicare coverage.
Okay.
And have a nurse or a doctor come to the house or do a tele setup, and then we would cover the supportive care. There's I think that's, and then we attract. So we're getting the caregivers on board. We do offer incentives.
Yes.
Where we've had like awards and overtime. Like we encourage overtime, especially with our private care. And
Yes.
it looks like Medicaid now is going to be, we're going to be able to do overtime,
Okay.
especially if it's a family caregiver
It's
Really?
interesting.
Okay.
coming through.
Tom, is
Is
that the
that when you
Medicaid
guys-
waiver? Older adults Medicaid waiver you're talking about?
Yes, yes. Before, they wouldn't pay you. I think
Okay.
initially when you guys got in the business, they did offer it, like family caregivers. They could do 60, 70 hours.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have, you
Yeah.
could just pay them regular pay.
Yes. Yes.
So these are
Yes.
things, yeah. And when you talk about opening a business, they got to know what is going on with the laws. I mean,
That's true.
with advocacy,
Yes.
working with the legislature. You don't have to be a legislator. You just need to know what they're passing. And
That's right.
like, for instance, it doesn't matter whether you're Democrat or Republican. The big beautiful bill that was passed, a lot of home care is against this bill, but there's some good things that happen from it. So overtime that happened this year from January to now can be refunded in a credit back to the agency.
Oh,
So
wow.
when you know stuff like this, it's a cash influx for the business that you weren't expecting,
That's true.
from regular care. Or
Yes.
yeah, so it's good stuff like that, I think.
You mentioned earlier, Tom, about your team as one of the main factors that has led to your success. Paul is known in the office as always saying, teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
So
That's right.
it's so important to have.
I love that statement.
Thank you. Thank
your
you, Tom.
team,
Thank you.
but see your goal, see your vision. It's very important because then you're all going in sync in the same direction. And that makes it so much easier, where you don't even have to ask someone to go and start that case. They will offer to go and do, because they know how everything fits together. They know the purpose, they know the why, they understand your vision.
Yes.
It's a good thing that you see it that way. You also talked about attending a funeral.
Yes.
That's the heart that we put in what we do.
Yes.
It's not just sitting in an office and sending caregivers here and there. It's showing up, being there,
Yes. Yes.
and again,
Absolutely.
someone who speaks the language of the client, man, that makes it so much easier for them to communicate, to relate, understand the culture. Those last few days or months or years, maybe they really felt good that they had someone who could understand them. So good job.
I agree.
Good job with the team.
Yeah. The thing, Tom, what I've learned, and I'll ask you a question, and we'll ask you some other few questions here. What I've learned is that with these folks, it's not so much quantity of life, it's quality. They may not have as much of it left in terms of years and whatnot, but they want quality. They want to be cared for, right? There's someone who's in there for them.
Stay as independent as possible, right?
Exactly. Right? Yeah. And
stay as relevant as possible.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. And I think that, Tom, when people like you and Jeannie and your team do what you guys do, it makes these people glow, for lack of a better word. It makes them glow. It makes them come alive. I mean, I'm sure that in your journey, just like in ours, you've been able to extend clients' lives. Folks have talked about how people have come off hospice.
Without question. Without question. Yeah, it's been amazing. Really.
Yeah.
It's a very rewarding career, as you guys know. And when you see, like, for instance, I gave a referral to Delaware Hospice. That was 4 people in the house. The mom had stage 4 cancer. The husband was in a hospital bed. The daughter had stage 3 dementia, and she was in the shower upstairs. So it was 3 people. Wow. But that was a great referral for our hospice. We couldn't work with them because we would need 3 caregivers, maybe their ability to pay.
Yes.
But Delaware Hospice was able to come in and have a great referral. I mean, they sent us a thank you card for that.
Wow.
And we turned that life around for that family.
There you go.
I mean, it was huge. It was huge.
Yeah.
It's so important to have those resources, powerful relationships in the community that you can leverage to support your clients as well. So that's
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Tom, I was going to ask you also, you've spoken about some other advice and whatnot. What key piece of advice would you give to an existing home care agency owner who's looking to scale their business and take it to the next level, if you will? I mean, we've talked about some of it, but what are some two or three things, maybe four, that you could throw in there, some nuggets, if you will, female wisdom.
Yeah, no, I
Right?
mean, I think if they have, if they've got, you've got the team in place,
Yes.
and you're good to your caregivers, then you can scale up. I mean,
Okay.
you have to keep the pipeline full,
Yes. Okay.
meaning caregivers and clients. So
Yes.
if you're adding 5 new clients, you got to add 7 new caregivers every
There
week.
you go.
And especially if those people are doing higher hours, 30, 35 hours.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
If not, they can maybe cover two or three clients. But we have scaled up this year by 20%. So
Wow.
that would be a smart growth model.
Yes. Yes.
We got involved with Visiting Angels, a team that was trying to get to 2 million.
There you
And
go.
we're going to hit that in October, probably. Yes, thank
Go.
you.
Way to go.
And I
Way to
really,
go.
I
Actually,
think, the nugget would be set up your relationships with Medicaid. So what you called it something else. You called it
say we'll call it the older adult waiver program, Medicaid.
Is it
waiver program, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the state has. Don't rely on that specifically, obviously. I mean, Darian would tell us, our mentor,
Yes.
only make it half your business or less than half your business. And we've been trying to do that.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Because that's one of the challenges. Sometimes the money waits to come to you, and it could be months at times if you're setting up a new budget, or again with legislature. So I think getting to the next level is every 500,000 in gross revenue, adding someone in the office, keeping the pipeline full, but adding someone in the office who can cover those leads, or coverage for our team.
You mentioned something, Tom, about keeping the pipeline full. That is so important, because can you imagine the nightmare of having all those clients? You put out the money, the resources, time, everything to market and bring in those clients, and then you can't serve them.
Yeah.
So keeping the pipeline full of clients and caregivers
Yes.
is key.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
So
and
you're
that's
ready
why
to go.
you always have to have new ones coming in, because
Yep.
obviously the caregivers, the type of employee that they are, they're applying to Amazon,
That's right.
they're applying to McDonald's. I mean,
Yes.
we've got some competition outside of our industry.
We do.
And if we don't
do.
get them up and running right away, it's imperative that we have a pipeline that's full. I mean, it's definitely
100%. Well, Tom, John and I used to tell the team that we're in the, again, for lack of a better terminology here, death and dying business. I mean, it is what it is, because our clients come to us when they're frail, right? They're looking for care during their last years or last days in some cases, right?
right.
So that's when we get them. So when you're in that kind of a business where you're serving people that are on their way out, so to speak, you have to replenish. You have to make sure that you can have more of these folks
Constantly.
come in. You can serve them, so you can keep the lights on. So yeah, I mean, you absolutely 100%. You got to market. I mean, you got to tell them how good you are. You got to be out there, so folks know that. Yeah.
Right, and then the caregivers that goes to orientation, right?
Right.
They have to be ready for a bedbound client who has maybe 3 weeks to live.
Mhm.
You got to be prepared mentally for something like that.
Yeah. Tom, let me ask just one question here, and then if Joan has one, she can also add. A great home care company is built on great caregivers. I think we all agree on that, right? What is your strategy for recruiting, training, and retaining the best talent in such a competitive market? Because we all have competitive markets. What's your best strategies on that?
I think when we advertise, We try to advertise inexpensively, but get the word out that we're here, and we do get a decent pool of caregivers who come, but we are still very selective. So we know when we've got a winner in the room, and we really work with that winner to get them on board. We're always trying to find, like you said, the nugget that will take us to the next level. They'll take on that 40-hour week client or 220 hours and love doing it. You know, you guys know who I mean. I mean, we
yeah. Oh yeah.
We just had one come and see us yesterday, and she is barrel of joy. She comes in, she's smiling and laughing,
there you go.
She hugs all of us. And
there you go.
She's the best. She's the best.
Wow.
And she's really into Disney, so you know we're constantly sending her little snippets about Disney. And yeah, she's so cool. Her dad is a drummer. He used to be a jazz drummer for Temptations.
Wow.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Wow.
Oh yeah. It's awesome. It's so awesome. So yeah, I think that's part of it, of the retention. You know, we try to get involved with our caregivers just like we will with our clients. Their families, you know, sometimes our caregivers struggle. You know, we try to be there for them, a care package, help them with their rent, you know, something along those lines. We want to do, because we love it, just because it'd be better than everybody else. We want to be the forefront of the industry.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. That's amazing, Tom. You've shared so much about how you care, how you and your wife put your heart into what you do. You know, talking about helping your caregivers, that makes such a difference. So it's not just the clients, it's the caregivers as well. So if I may ask you this question, over these past 7 years, what has been the most rewarding part of being a home care agency provider or owner?
Well, it's funny. We have been moving towards like a legacy situation where, so I'm a CSA, a certified senior advisor.
Correct.
And we just had a conference in Baltimore.
Yeah, you told me about it too. Yeah.
Yeah, this gentleman who was one of the speakers, he had an agency like ours, and it became more of a legacy situation where the office was like, get out of here. We got to get it covered, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
And so he went out and he started driving, and he would go to facilities and pick a 100-year-old patient, and ask if he could take him for a drive for like an hour. It really turned out to be a magical thing for this man. He recorded it, and you know, some of the things they came out with, like. So a gentleman was in the car, and the song came on. He had severe dementia. He started singing the song, and he was looking for his love. And he's like, "Where's my love? Where's my love?" And she was in the back seat. So she came up to him. She's like, "I'm here, baby. I'm here." Oh yeah, everybody was in tears watching this thing. I mean, so. It's things like that really make this business worth it. Where, you know, prior to that guy sat in the facility looking at the wall for hours a day, not talking to anybody. This gentleman is able to draw them out, hear their story, and it's really, really interesting. But yeah, I think that you know, if we are moved away from.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah.
It's people like that that's a legacy.
Yeah, it is.
You know, making a difference in people's life. That's his legacy. So thank you for sharing that, Tom.
Yeah. No, Tom, it's, you know, the thing, and I go back to say it again, Tom, a lot of folks who are not involved in what we do don't understand what we do, right? And there goes the disconnect. There goes the disconnect. And that's why you talked about going to the legislatures, making sure they know who we are and what we do. That way, when it's passing these bills, they know that they have a constituency here. I mean, they have to run again for election, don't they? That's
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 right.
an important
Yes.
part of what they do. So it's really important to get out there and then work with your heart. I think some things I learned from you was work with your heart, care, show you care. Be there for your people, be there for your team.
Yeah, be a model for
Yeah,
your
there
caregivers
you
and
go.
your
Exactly. Yeah,
clients.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
No,
think
you're
it's
right.
huge.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember back when we used to go and fill shifts too,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, we've done that. Yeah.
Especially on the holidays, people were calling out, we had to go.
Yes.
And there was this gentleman, I remember him so well.
Yes.
Every time we were done taking care of him, because he was quadriplegic, so Will
Yeah.
and I used to go
Oh,
help
wow.
take care of him,
Yeah.
put him back in bed.
Yeah.
Before we leave, he would say, "Let us pray,"
Yeah.
and he would pray for us. I mean, every time I left his home, I just felt like, wow,
Yes.
this is why we do this.
Yeah.
We just
Yes.
felt so good that we were able to be there
Yeah.
for them.
It's
So they
amazing.
didn't have any
Oh,
family.
yeah.
Magical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
This gentleman was Tom. He was over 400 pounds. Okay.
Wow.
We had to bring him up on a Hoyer lift.
Oh,
Okay. To get him
wow.
out of bed. And if we
Wow.
didn't come, guess what? He didn't get out of bed. That's what we do, Tom. That's what you
Yes.
do. That's what you and Ginny do in your team.
Yes.
That's the difference you guys make.
You
And that's
changed
what
this
makes a lot
guy's
of-
life, right? I mean,
Absolutely. Exactly.
what was he
I
doing?
mean,
He was sitting in bed,
yeah,
know,
all day by
all
himself.
day, not
I mean,
interacting with anybody.
yeah,
They talk about the 5 virtues of life when we were at this conference, and of course, there's Don was connection.
there you go.
We are there connecting and making them feel as independent as possible.
Yes.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Wow, Tom, thank you so much. Thank you. What you and Ginny have done and your team has touched so many lives, and we're so grateful that you could take some time out of your very busy day to meet with us and kind of share this with us and our audience. So thank
Us
you
as
so much,
well.
Tom, and continued success to you. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Home Care Millionaire podcast. We hope that you found inspiration, encouragement, and practical tools that you can apply right away to your own journey out there. Our mission is simple: to shine a light on the incredible impact that home care owners like Tom and caregivers all over the country make every single day to give the mindset, strategies, and faith-filled wisdom
Mhm.
to help you build both purpose and prosperity.
Because here's what we believe: compassion is your calling, and wealth is your reward. Okay. If this episode spoke to you, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love you to subscribe. So whenever there's a new episode, you get the notification and you don't miss it. And if you like more resources or have questions for Paul and I from what you've just heard, hop over to this website, right? AskJohnandPaul.com. We'll be honored to connect with you there. Ask us any questions you have right there.
Until next time, folks, remember, you have what it takes to build wealth, create freedom, and leave a legacy through your agency. We're here cheering you on every step of the way. Bye for now.